Thank you very much. Thank you for your invitation to be here today. It's a complete pleasure to try to share our experience of the model of the waste management in Mallorca to all of you. And I hope you enjoy it. We are enjoying it. I am the general manager of TIRME. TIRME is the company that takes care of all the complete waste management of the island. As Oscar said before, I think in a good answer, I think the big difference between our system and our system is that it's an integrated system, which means that we treat all the different waste of all the different fractions of all the complete island. Okay, I'm going to share my presentation. It's okay? Okay.
We can see you.
Perfect. So, as I told you, we are just the managers of a model of the island. The model was designed by the society of the island, by the different political commitments that have been done for the last 30 years. And the biggest step that the island achieved in the year 2007 was to go to a zero landfill model. That means that there's no landfills in the island. All landfills were closed. And instead of that, we built the different facilities that are needed all around the island in order to treat the different fractions of waste that were produced in the island. Okay. So we've been doing that since 2007. 0 tons of waste have been taken to landfill since then. And that has been a big motivation to try to make a continuous development, to try to transform all different residues that are made into resources and make a continuous innovation to try to look, to take the opportunity, to try to change the problem into a new opportunity and try to take, to make our destination more competitive, more sustainable, given changing the residues into resources. Now, this is easy to say, but this is not that easy to do. But I think we have more or less managed to do it at the moment, and we are continuously trying to do it better. So this presentation is about data, it's about what we do. What we do is really this slide you can see here. And this is an adaptation from the Ellen MacArthur diagram. As you can see, the first thing you have to do in circular economy is to separate the technical materials, that's all the waste of plastic, electronical, glass, whatever, from the organic fraction. Okay, this is because the organic fraction is eco-designed by nature, so you can easily or more or less easily transform it into a resource, into compost or into methane or whatever. And the rest of the materials is a little bit more complicated to do it. I just want to, I don't have time to go to all the different arrows, but I would like to give you the big numbers that we have in last year, because each of these paths that you see in the picture is not a theoretical path. This is a real path that goes within the island. We have the facilities to do this. We have the different agreements with the different local associations in order to separate the different waste so we can treat them properly. And you will see it in the results. So for example, as I said, last year, we recovered 60,000 tons, that's 60 million kilos of paper and cardboard, which more or less applies of saving 750,000 trees. I repeat, all this material that we receive, we recycle it. So it's not a resource at the moment. This is it's not a residue, it's a resource. With the light packaging, with all the plastic, we receive all the plastic also of the island. We received last year 24,000 tons of separated light packaging. With that tons, we produce PET for recycling that would allow us to make about 1.5 million jackets, you know, of recycling plastic jackets, for example. With the plastic mix, we can make about 70 million of perchas, okay? And for example, with the high density, we could make 40,000 tons of 40,000 boxes, for example, for logistic operation in the island. This means that we produce a lot of materials that if they end up in a landfill, for example, or in the environment, they're a problem. But if you properly manage them, they become resources. They become an opportunity. They become a way of not having to import materials from the outside, okay? Glass. We recycled last year 26,000 pounds of glass. That more or less is equal to 78 million new bottles of wine. That's about half of the production we have in Mallorca of wine. So only by recycling, we can reduce the income of bottles by half, and we have the material here, okay, instead of taking it to a landfill. We recycled 2,500 tons of textile. When we recycle textile, that means we take the different clothes and put it back into the market. If they are properly managed, they are fine. And if they're not, what we do is we separate the different streams and the different fraction that can be done and make new clothes. Or if they cannot be separated, we take out the energy from the waste. Okay. We also treat all the aggregates. I mean, all the construction and demolition waste that is produced in the island, we recycle it. Last year, we recycled about 462,000 tons of recycled aggregates. That means that we saved, this is a very peculiar rock we have in Mallorca, and we save this rock every 4 years if we compare it with the use of resources of the nature. Okay, in metals, we recycle about 50,000 tons of metals. That's about, if you make the comparison, that's about having metals to make 450,000 new fridges. In the city of Palma, we more or less have 450,000 inhabitants. So everybody in the city could have a new fridge with no material needed from the nature. If we get to recycle this, and this is real values. I mean, when you talk about KPIs and values, and of course, with everything that we cannot recycle, what we do is we take out the energy that is inside, okay? We take it to the waste to energy plant, we recover all the energy, half of the energy is renewable. We are the first renewable energy producer of the island, and nothing is taken again to landfill, okay? In an island, the space is very limited, it's very precious, so no landfills are allowed anymore, okay? So we produce electricity for about 700,000 households every year. It used to be important in the past. In the moment we have with the energy at the moment is even more important. No, we need these resources from the inland, and we use them. So that was for the technical part. I'm trying to go fast so I can meet the schedule of 10 minutes. Okay, but and to do all this recycling, we need to take the materials, most of them, to the mainland. So we don't take all the value in the island. We don't have enough size. We don't have a technical size enough to recycle all the glass, for example. You need a big facility that we don't have in the island. But we do have size enough to recycle all the organic fraction, okay, all the compost, all the food waste, as we said before. So as Professor Slava said, I agree with a lot of things that he said in his presentation. And what we do is we receive a lot of, I have the numbers here, okay? We receive about 80,000 tons a year of organic fraction, and we compost it completely, and we take out about 7,625 megawatts of biogas. We make a digestion, an anaerobic digestion. We produce a biogas, which is used in the island instead of using natural gas. And we produce 24,000 tons, that's 24 million tons of compost that is used in the island, in the agriculture in the island. We give it to the different agricultures we have agreements with. And that's produced about 37 million tons of fruits and vegetables, which are completely local. So I think this is a good way to see how the waste, using the waste as a resource can really promote and can really make a difference in a tourist destination, okay? Because now when you look to a tourist, it's not only someone that contaminates your land. No, it's someone that if you properly treat the waste related with the activity, it's not bad for the land, it's good for the land. You give some nutrients to the land, you produce different products with the agriculture, with the local agricultures, you create wealthness. I mean, to create wealth, sorry, in the island. So you change a problem for an opportunity. So to try to get this opportunity even more clear for the different stakeholders, in the last year we have developed a project that is called FINABA. What we have done in this project is we have had a joint venture or agreement with 5 of the biggest hotel companies of the island, and we're working with more than 12 hotels at the moment. And what we do is we have developed a system where some IoT and smart containers are put in different hotels. We measure exactly how many tons of waste is produced in every hotel in every moment, okay? So if we focus now in the food waste, we know how much food waste is picked up from a hotel, from a concrete hotel in a moment. That waste comes in a truck, and of course we take that information and we take it to the cloud, okay? That waste comes to our facilities. In our facilities, we have a weight bridge. We weigh that waste again. We take this information to the cloud. We know how much of with a ton of organic fraction, how many compost do we produce. So we produce this compost, we take it to the cloud. We sell this compost to different agriculture, which we have agreements with, and we take this information to the cloud. And afterwards, this we have measured from the last years how many tons of different agricultural products like tomatoes or fruits are produced by every ton of compost that is produced, that you put in the ground. And the compromise to close the cycle is that every hotel buys at least the products that are produced with the compost that is produced with the residues that is produced in their whole hotel. So we completely close the circle. Okay, so and we take all these different data to the cloud, and we try to and we close this data in a blockchain, so we can give a digital identity to the different vegetables. So what we're trying to make is that the vegetables that are consumed in these different hotels is not a common vegetables, it's not a commodity anymore, it's a special vegetable. It's a vegetable that has some properties that can be fixed, can be seen in the blockchain, that can be used for different issues, for the value added. And they are circular. We measure the CO2 footprint, we measure the hydro footprint, and we measure the circularity of the product. So with all this data, we're talking about KPIs and data. What we are giving is a value added to the local agriculture, and it's a value added that is valued by the hotels and valued by the tourists, and valued and a high value for the local population. Okay, this product is already working. It's not a project that is only in our minds. It's been working for the last year. And at the end, one tourist that goes into one of these hotels can read a QR code, and when he's having the lunch of a tomato, for example, and in that QR code, he can see they can see in their phones when that tomato was planted, with what compost, what circularity, what that residue was taken out from the hotel, how do they manage the residue in the hotel. So you have a different experience of what you're eating, okay? And in order to do this, we have several facilities in the island. I don't want to go in detail because I don't have much time, and we're working just try to take more value from waste continuously. This is our different facilities. As I said, it's important to have a social and political view, strategic view, to try to make this complex and advanced systems of waste to energy, of waste management, sorry. And this is it. Thank you very much.